We will not have you take away our right to work and earn a decent living. And lastly, and most importantly,
we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate.
With the advent of artificial intelligence, I feel that cinema is heading into uncharted territory, and we might not be happy with what this means.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile. We're always looking for ways to save you money, so this year, we're kicking things off with an ad that I created using ChatGPT, the AI technology.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Every year that passes, technology is improving with tremendous forces that are realizing to be not only incredibly efficient, making our lives easier every day, but also to a stage where such efficiency means that eventually we will become obsolete.
But over here.
And when I was following the ongoing writer strikes in 2023, noting all the complaints surrounding the emergence of artificial intelligence and how filmmakers, particularly those of writers, could protect themselves, it seemed like a strangely redundant battle. Because for better or worse, change is going to happen. Whether you like it or not, artificial intelligence will move ahead without you. And I believe that the best way moving forward is to actually embrace it. For the first time in generations, there are language programming models which aren't just simple spell check and grammar tools, but that can genuinely critique your work, provide alternative solutions, while also writing the actual thing for you.
As an added bonus, if you sign up now, you'll get to hear my voice every time you call customer service. Just kidding, that's not really a thing. And stay classy, everyone. That is mildly terrifying, but compelling.
This is huge, and yes, it does mean that you as a writer are being replaced, but if you had an option of working alongside artificial intelligence versus fighting it and being made obsolete, why wouldn't you want to do the former? One of the quote-unquote biggest arguments against artificial intelligence was the fact that it could never write as well as a human. Shows like Breaking Bad could seemingly never have been written by a robot. This idea that most of the human experiences cannot be captured or expressed by digital machines, so whatever work that could end up writing would just end up sounding bad or weird and alien, like jumbled phrases put together in an incoherent manner, or stories that just don't feel the same.
Do you think we would have ever had Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul if we were relying on AI?
AI Breaking Bad? Wow. The new series coming this fall, AI Breaking Bad.
I think 10 years ago, this argument held some ground. But right now, there's absolutely nothing standing in the way of artificial intelligence capturing that human experience. It can analyze untold amounts of stories, written journals, scripts, notes, while studying patterns, statistics, and almost every conceivable system, thought, or moment ever put in humankind history to ultimately know us even better than we may even know ourselves.
Let's say you read Tolstoy's War and Peace. By the time you finish the book, you forgot most of it. But Amazon will never forget anything. By the time you finish War and Peace, Amazon knows exactly who you are, what is your personality type, and how to press your emotional buttons. And based on such information, it can not only recommend books to you, it can do far more spectacular and frightening things, like recommend to you what to study, or whom to date, or whom to vote for on election.
It is the supreme computer which can process more information than any human brain can ever capably conceive. And I won't even get into all the intricacies of how it can write flawlessly with all the precision of a machine. Humans are flawed, and artificial intelligence is not. Don't get me wrong, we are incredible creatures, and for what it's worth, there are things that machines can't do that we can for now. But this is why I'd argue that the future of cinema and basically everything moving forward is not through one way or the other, and actually through this marriage of both. Barring some apocalyptic scenario where artificial intelligence wipes out the human species altogether, the path moving forward is with humankind working alongside the abilities of artificial intelligence to improve upon both entities. And this can and should apply to cinema and art in general. As someone who loves watching great work on screen, it's becoming tremendously tiresome to watch all of the average pieces of work that is out there today.
I'm only telling you this so you know who I am.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
Moreover, I do not care where it has come from, who wrote it, who directed it, so long as it's actually good. And that would apply to whether a film came from an artificial intelligent entity. Sure, yes, it might feel strange at first, and it would be a period of adjustment when you realize that what you're watching has actually come from something not human. But in time, you would begin to appreciate it, and I would much rather have an influx of great movies to watch over the year as opposed to slim pickings that we're currently getting. All of this isn't to say that we can't make films alongside the help of artificial intelligence, and in fact, I believe we should. Scripts can be co-written by both human and non-human hands, or the tool of an artificial intelligence can be guided to write the thoughts and feelings of a human who influences and corrects its writings, but does not actually do the words themselves. Like having ChatGPT being prompted and nudged, following the decisions of a human who chooses what's good versus what's bad, while analyzing the texts written by an artificial intelligent entity. Even if you're against all of that, wouldn't it be so useful for those who struggle to write to use tools like ChatGPT to help them structure, outline, and put some kind of pen to paper to actually write something and then edit later? Or what about those who are quite physically incapacitated to do so? Wouldn't having that tool be helpful? I know, it sounds like I'm justifying my own desires of using ChatGPT and what I think is the best outlook for the future, but the point still stands. Wouldn't it be better to work with the technology that is threatening to replace us instead of fighting a losing war? In fact, I'd prefer some form of collaboration rather than lazily letting something do all the hard work for us to profit off, even though that's probably going to happen regardless. But before I finish, I do also want to address one last thing, and perhaps the most important argument against the use of any artificial intelligence entity.
Well, I think the soul is unimaginable and is ineffable, the soul, and it cannot be created by any algorithm. It is just something that it exists in all of us. And to lose that because books and movies and music is being written by machines that we created and now we're letting them run with, that terrifies me.
If it does come from artificial intelligence, will this still be art? Is art itself defined as something that is purely from human creation, and thus anything else that touches it corrupts or changes it in some form or manner where it's no longer art but something else? Should there be a second category as digital art or artificial intelligence art? Maybe. I suppose that's up to your own interpretations of the word and what you see personally. But for me, art is art, and I've seen tremendous forms of art that have come from digital hands. There's no doubt in my mind that just because an artificial intelligent entity created it, that it isn't somehow devoid of beauty or meaning. It can genuinely be joyful to look at, while also poignantly making you think deeper about something to reflect upon. If it had come from an alien life form, I'd still argue that art was art, and that it doesn't matter where it comes from. What matters is what it shows and how it moves you. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Like the horses that were replaced by cars, artificial intelligence will most likely do the same for us. But that hasn't meant that horses have gone extinct, nor has it meant that they've lost all value or use. And so too, I am hopeful that humankind will follow that same path. Because whether or not we like it, it will happen. And the only choice left to make is whether or not we want to stand against it or side by side with it.
Writers say streaming's lack of a regular seasonal calendar has hurt their pay.
Network series typically were 22 episodes or even more. Streaming series are 10, 8, sometimes even 6 or even 4 episodes.
The last writer's strike back in 2007 lasted 100 days, costing California's economy an estimated $2 billion. Experts say that strike boosted reality television, giving a rise to unscripted shows like Big Brother and The Apprentice.
Maria, you're fired.
But the impact of this new strike will go far beyond Hollywood and New York. Take Georgia, for instance, where movie and TV productions pumped more than $4 billion into the local economy last year.
Georgia is a leader in the world. We're a top 3 typically production city. We're going to feel it more than most other markets and feel it, just as much as
away from traditional TV and film viewing to cut writers' pay and create a gig economy inside a union workforce. The Guild is seeking gains in compensation.
And I find it very, very ironic that we are all gathered here today in unity in front of an entity that is run by Disney. And now we've got a message for Mr. Iger. I know, sir, that you look through things through a different lens. We don't expect you to understand who we are, but we ask you to hear us, and beyond that, to listen to us when we tell you we will not be having our jobs taken away and giving to robots.
Obviously, AI can't do what writers and humans can do, but I don't know that they believe that necessarily. So we need to make it clear there needs to be a human writer in charge, and we're not trying to be gig workers just revising what AI does.
They obviously have a plan. The things they say no to are the things they're planning to do tomorrow.
What is happening right now with this business model that was foisted upon us? What are we doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic? It's crazy. So the jig is up, AMPTP. We stand tall. You have to wake up and smell the coffin. We are labor and we stand tall and we demand respect and to be honored for our contribution. You share the wealth because you cannot exist without us.
Not okay for other people to benefit for our hard work and sweat. It's not okay for other people to benefit while we work 16-hour days. It's not okay for other people to benefit when we put our vulnerability and our hearts on the line. It's not okay for other people to benefit while we do the hard work. That's not okay.
St. Peter says, what a pity. Was there nothing worth fighting for?
Let's check in with Julia Boorstin. She is out in Los Angeles, and as I understand it, with an actor. Julia, take it away.
That's right. I'm here outside Paramount Slot. I'm joined by Danny Trejo. In addition to being an actor, has a line of taco stores and restaurants here in Los Angeles.
And music.
And many things. And so you came here to support the actors. Tell us what your perspective is on this strike.
Well, all we're asking is for everybody to be fair. That's it. Just fair. And, everything's gone up, but our wages. And so it's like, we're all not Tom Cruise, so it's like we got to support our money. We got to support. Hey, Newsom, call me.
So you're leaving a message for the governor there. What's your message to him?
To call me.
I love you. I feel like I don't say that often enough. Holds you close. I love you so much. Leans in and kisses you deeply. See, now here's where things could heat up.